even though he's still gonna be gone, but at the end of the day, like, we wouldn't know. It's like harder not knowing like who did it or why.
First at 6 o'clock, Tulsa's Homicide Squad closed out 2022 by solving all the murders except for 3. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Lori Fulbright.
And I'm Craig Day. The families of those 3 victims are desperate for answers. News on 6's Reagan Ledbetter is live with more on those open cases. Reagan?
Craig and Lori, as tough as it is on investigators to find a lead and solve a case, it's even tougher on the victims' families who are left with no answers and no justice.
I just want to know, like, who did this to my baby and why did you take him from us?
Deja Hobson is now a single mother of 3 girls after her boyfriend Anthony Washington was shot and killed during a robbery last February. Detectives say Washington and his best friend were walking through the Waterside apartment complex near downtown when the suspect robbed them, then shot Washington.
I feel like a lot of people do know something, but they're not speaking, and I don't understand why, because if it was their family member, they would say something.
I talked with Deja last year, just weeks after Anthony's murder, and she said at the time it was hard to move forward. And now she says it's even harder.
People don't understand, like, some people haven't been through it, but like, you go through a lot once you lose somebody that you've been with for 6 years and you build a family with, and then one day they just gone.
Another unsolved case involves Galen Landrum, who was stabbed to death inside of his apartment last March. It happened at the Sugarberry Apartments near 61st and Garnett, and Landrum's daughter was inside the apartment when her dad was killed.
We feel pretty good with one of the 2. The other one, we've made some headway, and you know, it's been a tough investigation.
17-year-old Demarion Brown was shot and killed while walking with a friend in October. Investigators say they have had some good leads on the case. Tulsa police released this map of all the homicides in the city in 2022.
You know, we always hear word on the street and stuff like that. Unfortunately, we can't go with that. We have to have proof.
If you know what's going on, speak up. Like, just speak up and get the person who did this off the streets. And I know people know.
Investigators say they solve a lot of murders in Tulsa because of Crime Stoppers tips. So if you have any information at all about any of these 3 murders, call Crime Stoppers. That number is 918-596-COPS. Live in Tulsa, Reagan Ledbetter, Oklahoma's Own, News on 6.